In today's show, my dear viewers, I'm gonna tell you a lot more information about something called varicose veins. In today's show, you will learn a lot more information. What are the main causes that you have varicose veins? Also, what are the risk factors that contribute that you have varicose veins? Also, at the end of the show, I'm going to give you a couple more information about natural remedies that can help you a lot, and also I'm going to give you information about the earliest symptoms that you have varicose veins. If you notice those symptoms, you have better chance to reverse this kind of procedure that is happening in your veins. More than 40 million Americans have varicose veins, and many people have a family history of the condition. Those twisted, swollen veins are more than just aesthetic problem. They can indicate problem with circulation, and in the rare cases can lead to complications such as ulcers and the blood clots. Although it is not possible to stop the formation of the varicose veins, catching the condition early leads to better outcomes. Here's what you should know. Although we tend to think of them as a female problem, both men and the women develop varicose veins. Those bulging veins that appear lumpy and are dark in the color, usually blue or purple. In fact, about 50 to 55% of the women and 40 to 45% of the men they suffer from the same type of vein problem. And the varicose veins can affect about half of all people over age of about 50 years old. In this modern era, we live unbelievably unhealthy. It is not strange that a lot of people have those varicose veins. Usually the people about 50, but in more recent times, many people over 40 have these kind of conditions. They are a common problem among the older women or pregnant women due to hormonal influences. And over the time they develop as so ages. And the varicose veins lose the natural elasticity due to increase on inflammation levels. Women are at least twice as likely to develop varicose veins as a man, but people of any age and race can be affected. They are usually most noticeable and therefore the most worrying for the people with the fair skin. And when you think about it, these kind of problems, why you have varicose veins? There are so many complications that can occur in your varicose veins, and today I really want to explain what are the processes that can lead that you have varicose veins. Understanding varicose veins: inside your veins are tiny one-way valves that open to let blood through and then close to stop in flowing blood. Sometimes the vein walls stretch and lose elasticity, causing the walls to weaken. If the walls don't work properly, it can cause blood to leak and backwards flow. If this happens, blood pools in your veins, which become swollen and enlarged. Your veins are an important part of your circulatory system that carries blood to your heart. In people with varicose veins, the one-way valves meant to keep blood flowing toward the heart become weakened or damaged, causing the blood to back up and collect in the veins. This causes the characteristic swelling that varicose veins are well known for. Although any veins can become enlarged, you are more likely to develop them in your legs. So that is in the short that you need to know, and you think about it, about the varicose veins. In the most cases, your veins and the walls of your veins are weakened, and those valves are in a very poor condition. That's why you develop those kind of problems that we know and we recognize them as the varicose veins. Normally, blood travels from the heart around the body to various cells through a network of arteries and capillaries. It returns to the heart through veins, which normally only move blood in one direction. Movement of the muscle helps squeeze the veins, which pumps the blood back to the heart. One reason regular exercise is beneficial for circulation. Veins contain one-way valves that build in the mechanism in the place to help blood from flowing in the wrong direction. But the varicose veins, a portion of the blood starts moving backwards, which causes swelling. Weakness in the valves of the veins contribute to poor circulation, although it's not entirely understood why some people's valves malfunction more than others. As blood starts pooling in the varicose veins, the walls of the veins become stiff and lose some of their natural elasticity and ability to pump blood back to the heart effectively. And that is why you need to know about varicose veins. And there are many causes that you have varicose veins. As I said it at the beginning of the show, more than ever, people all around the world suffer from varicose veins. What are the main causes that you suffer from this kind of problem? First one is knowing your risk. Certain factors increase the risk of developing varicose veins, such as pregnancy. Your chances of getting varicose veins also increase if you have any of the following risk factors. Family history. Almost 50% of people with varicose veins have a family history of the condition. If you have family members with varicose veins, you are more likely to develop them too. Being overweight or obese, carrying excess weight put pressure on your veins, causing them to weaken and increase your chance of developing varicose veins. Sitting or standing for a long period of time. Staying in the same position for the long increases the pressure of the veins, and the blood does not flow like you move. Over the time, this pressure can cause the valves to weaken and form the varicose vein. In the most cases, you probably, this is like 50% of the people, probably you have in your family history someone with the varicose veins. Also, today in the modern world, it is a pandemic of obese people. Right now, we have many information and research that find out that 70% people in the United States and over are obese. 20% and a little bit more are morbidly obese. A little bit less than this is also in Europe, but this is unbelievably bad trend that is happening right now. So your age, so your genetics, also overweight and obese increase the risk that you will develop varicose veins. Age. As you age, the valves that control blood flow can naturally become weak, paving the way for varicose veins. Damaged veins. Any damaged veins from the other conditions can increase the risk of developing varicose veins. Menopause, sedentary lifestyle, previous blood clots, tumor, abnormal blood vessels. People with the poor circulation and the high levels of inflammation caused by the things like poor diet, lack of exercise, injuries to the limbs, hormonal imbalances and high amount of the stress, things going through the puberty, women on the birth control pills or women going through the menopause. Constipation, heart failure, liver disease, abdominal tumors, heavy lifting can also play in the development of varicose veins. Deficiency of vitamin C and bioflavonoids can weaken the collagen structure in the vein walls, which can lead to varicose veins. In today's modern world, unbelievably lot of people have heart problem. If you have heart problem, you have higher risk of developing the varicose veins. Also, if you have liver problem, probably you have high risk of developing varicose veins. Sedentary lifestyle, and what is also unbelievably important. Right now, and every study shows this, each year we are more sicker and sicker than the year before. Right now, all around the world, is the most people are sickened for various diseases than any part in the history. Right now, the most diet that we eat each day comes from processed food. And remember this, processed food is something that you really don't want to eat. Unfortunately, 80% of the people eat this processed food, high in sugar, high in unhealthy fats, also high in the white flour and similar kind of compound that you have in everyday food. Unfortunately, that is the case. We are addicted to unhealthy lifestyle. We are addicted also to the medication. If you take a lot of medication each day, you cannot be surprised if you have varicose veins. A lot of, probably all of medication that you take each day have many side effects. Those side effects can weaken your immune system, causing the liver problems, causing the heart problems, or whatever. And that's why it's very important, if you think about it, don't take any kind of medication. That is my philosophy over the years. Right now, I really know, if you take natural remedies and live the healthy lifestyle, you will reduce risk of any kind of disease to the minimum. Unfortunately, that is also not the case, so that you must think about it like this. Sedentary lifestyle, drinking a lot of medication, eating each day a lot unhealthy foods, all of these contribute that you have varicose veins. Early warning signs and the symptoms. Before varicose veins form, you may notice some symptoms that indicate vein problems. First, swollen feet. If your feet and ankles swell after a long day, it may mean that you are at high risk of developing varicose veins. If this happens once, you may not need to worry. However, if you notice that your feet and ankles swelling regularly, this is probably an early warning sign. Second, painful legs. Legs that hurt after walking or performing other types of physical activity can tell you something. People who experience leg cramps and pain after physical activity are more likely to develop varicose veins. Places on the lower legs. If you are concerned about developing varicose veins, check your lower legs for the red spots. Those spots can be early sign that your blood vessels in the legs are weakened and ruptured before the tail swelling of varicose veins appears. Some people notice an unnatural sheen of the legs or unnatural pigmentation of the skin surface. You may also notice that your feet is itchy or some to peel. That is unbelievably important information. Any kind of disease that you have, if you find that in the earliest signs and the earliest symptoms, your percentage is going to be higher to get better. As I said, in my experience, after 25 years, over 95% people don't recognize early symptoms. Your medical professional don't recognize your symptoms, and they cannot connect your problems with specific conditions. What is even worse, after this you take a lot of medications for something that you probably don't need it, and this is a kind of spiral that we are running right now. And because of this is unbelievably important. So many sick people around the world. And what is also important, about many years right now, our life expectancy is going down. That is also unbelievably bad information. And after I see this for many decades, I know the trend is even bad. So that's why I'm helping you with my videos about natural remedies and healthy way of living. Are the varicose veins serious problem and something to worry about? Most of the time, varicose veins won't cause symptoms and are the cosmetic issue. None of them are likely going to contribute to more serious health problems. The amount of blood that flows in the veins is small, and the most blood is still being sent back to the heart. However, you can think of them as a warning sign that something is impairing normal blood flow. In some cases, varicose veins can actually rupture and cause complications, like open sores on the skin and the swelling. When painful symptoms present, the most common are muscles, aches or swelling in the ankle and the legs, which can make it hard to get comfortable sleep, work, exercise or walk normally. Some people, especially pregnant women, also wind up developing heaviness or fullness in the leg, restless leg syndrome, fatigue, pain, cramps, ulcers and the itching, and the thickness of discoloration of the skin. There's also a small risk that varicose veins will lead to blood clotting, thromboembolitis, which can immediately treat if it's necessary. That is unbelievably important. In most cases, this is going to be a cosmetic problem, but under the long run, your problem is going to get worse if you not change your lifestyle. Healthy way of living, taking natural remedies is going to help you a lot. At the end of the show, I'm going to give you a couple of recommendations that can help you a lot if you have varicose veins. Treatment. Support stocking can keep varicose veins comfortable. Other self-help measures include losing any excess weight, walking regularly, and avoiding standing still for too long in order to boost circulation in the legs. Elevate feet as often as possible. The skin of a leg varicose veins should be massaged daily with moisturizing cream. Extracts of the pine, pycnogenol, red wine leaf, horse chestnut, or gotu kola can straighten tissue surrounding the blood vessel and reduce discomfort of varicose veins. Omega-3 fish oil, garlic, ginkgo biloba extracts, or Tibetan herbal blend help to improve blood flow through peripheral circulation. So coenzyme Q10 increases oxygen uptake of the cells and can also reduce leg discomfort. There are so many natural remedies that can help you a lot. On my channel, after 5 years and more of 4,200 videos you have on my channel about varicose veins, is probably like 50 or 60 of them that you can help yourself in natural way. In the short, healthy way of living, regular exercise. Your weight must be in the normal weight for any, if you want to have any kind of chance to remove your varicose veins. Practice regularly something called intermittent fasting. But it's really important for me right now in 2024. Fasting is #1 healthy diet in the world that's practicing properly people all around the world. About intermittent fasting, I know a lot because I also write a book about this intermittent fasting. So try intermittent fasting, exercise regularly, maintain healthy weight, take natural remedies, everything this can help you. As I said before, over 4,000 videos are on my channel. You also can play a role in helping people all around the world. My video or many of my videos like this one, you can send it to your friends that maybe have similar kind of condition. You also can put this on your social media network. It can help you a lot. If you want to know everything or much more about natural remedies on healthy way of living, and trust me, this is what you really want to do. God bless you, my dear followers, my dear viewers. God bless your family. See you in the next video. Bye bye.